Mercury is on target. It agrees with the Merc.
Yep, the Merc generally agrees with a LP100. I think that's what Kenny gets them calibrated to, which is, you know, a pretty good power standard, an LP100 or a 700. Doesn't get any better than that. Oh well. Is it a proximity thing? If you move away from the watt meter, does it still do it?
I moved the boom to the other side of the table and took the plug for the mic, plugged that in and out several times, and it's coming in through the monitor. And when the amplifier is off, it doesn't do it. It's only when I'm running power.
Okay.
I got some RF around here.
Yeah. So, Jim, did you take the jumper collect? Make sure all your reviews are good?
Yeah, I'm using everything I have here is, I took it out of the bag yesterday. Everything's good. I tightened up all my connectors. In fact, I even went over to, which is interesting, I went over to 17 meters. It doesn't happen there.
Oh, that's interesting. SDR seems to be okay.
Yeah, it's good. No, it's something going on here. I don't feel like dealing with it. Well,
if you change your mind, you can always get it back.
Yeah, well,
I'll hang on to it. Those things just don't come around that often.
Yeah.
I'd rather keep it in the family.
Well, it's worth $100.
Yeah, at least. Like I say, I'll keep it in the family.
All right. Next time I run into you.
Yeah, we need to talk anyway, and I'll use some bucks anyway. I'll just make sure I have more and whatnot.
Yeah. I don't even remember what you owe me bucks for. Those brain cells got under the bridge a long time ago.
Oh, you for a 3-foot jumper.
Oh, a jumper cable. Okay.
Yeah. That's a hell of a friendship right there, boy. One guy loves another guy money and forgets about it, but the guy that borrowed the money, he never forgets and wants to pay it back. I think that's a great friendship. You know, I can't tell you how many times Jim has got stuff for me or given me stuff, and you know how generous Jim is, and I try to reciprocate as much as I can, and I'll never catch up probably. I know how generous Jim is, and, you know, I know that he'll give you the mic right off his station if you ask. So, yeah, I do appreciate the offers whenever I get them. So, and, yeah, he's a good guy. So that's why I say we keep it in the family. Yes, sir. Especially since I know where he lives. Can't tell you how many times Jim says, I've got this for you, Andy. By the way, it's at the bottom of your driveway. It's in a bag hanging from your manzanita bush. I go out there, and sure enough, there it is. It's kind of like train mail. You know, they hang it from your arm, and the train drives by and picks it up. Oh, yeah, they had that loop thingy. I used to know a girl. In fact, she was one of my roommates when I lived in Fullerton, one of the 3 girls I lived with, and she worked for the Union Pacific Railroad, and she was a assistant station agent in Riverside, and I used to go see her and share lunch and stuff. She was just a friend, and all, and she said, one time, she said, just a minute, I got a message, I got to pass. And I go, okay. She says, now get back. She says, I'm going to stand next to the track here, and she's got this big loopy thing that she had attached the paper to, folds it up in the air, and she's just kind of a little short thing. Well, not real short, but, 5'4", 5'5". Holds this thing at arm's length up in the air. This fast freight comes whizzing by it, probably 60 miles an hour. And the guy on the right-hand side, I guess I think that's the engineer. He sits on the right. He sticks his arm out the window and goes right through that loop, and the loop comes off the stick, and he's got the note. I thought it was pretty cool.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, that's how they passed before they, I guess they got to do it all by radio or probably some kind of digital thing now in the cab of the loco. But back in those days, this was back in the early 70s. That's how they gave them train orders and stuff. Kind of like right out of the Wild West.
Yeah. I know that they still do something that back in the old days they did. When I worked at the envelope company, we had the railroad tracks go right behind us, and they were working on the tracks. And down the tracks, they had an explosive device set on the rails, and when the train would run over, it would explode. And that would tell the engineer to slow down, that there was construction ahead. So I know today they still use that stuff.
Yeah. There's a special name for it, and I can't remember. And yeah, they tell them there's a warning kind of grenade-y thing saying, yeah, absolutely. And it may seem like it's really low tech, but they always worked. And that was kind of like the last fail-safe when they run over one of those and they'd go bang and they couldn't miss it, and they'd know to either stop or slow down or whatever.
Yeah, plus it would give the crew a chance to clear the tracks, I guess. But, we had it going on all day long behind us one day. They were reassuring, I guess, lack of a better word, the ballast under the ties. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I never knew that's how they passed messages, but that's why they did it back in, 1970, the UP. She eventually applied for a job. We were all living in Fullerton, and applied for a job in the Union Pacific Rail Yards in L.A. Wanted to be a switch person, be up in the switch tower and switch, train tracks and stuff. And they had these big levers, I guess, on the floor that you had to grab the handles and squeeze like a bicycle handbrake kind of apparatus, and then pull the lever to make the switch go. She had to prove to the execs there that ran the yard that she could do it, because she, like I say, she was just a little kind of frail-looking lady, and she went up there and she could move the switches just like anything. She was pretty damn strong from all the stuff she did at the station in Riverside, and so she is, as far as I know, the first lady switch operator in the UP yards up in L.A.
That's interesting. Yeah, it's really interesting.
Yeah, I guess she said she had to brace both feet against the floor, and some of them were pretty hard to pull, but she got the job, and she worked. She loved it. And she had, after working there for a while, she could arm wrestle guys and beat them.
I would imagine so. As, pulling them switches couldn't be easy. And, the locking levers, you got to grip that locking lever and then grab the handle and pull all one time. So, yeah, I would imagine she had a grip like a vice grip and arms like a man.
Yeah. Her name was Kathy Phelan, and she was a pretty neat lady. And in fact, one of the things that she did for me is at Christmas, after she got the job up in the LA yards, I was moaning and groaning that I wanted to send some people I knew a gag gift. I wanted to get them a lump of coal for Christmas. You know, the old thing, if you're bad, you get a lump of coal. The next day she comes home from work. He's got this huge shopping bag full of coal.
She brought it for you?
Yeah, I guess there in the yards they had an area where they used to have the steam engines back in the days of yore, and I guess when they finally converted over to diesel and stuff, whatever, or actually oil burners, I think she said, the engines they had that had coal, they just emptied out the coal cars, and she said there's some pretty good-sized piles of coal out there, anthracite too, really nice hard coal, and he just filled up a shopping bag with it and brought it home. They didn't care. It had been sitting there for probably 40 years.
Yeah, my last trip to Colorado, I think it was. I went to there was a train museum, and they actually had live trains. They had a live train, Shea engine pulling a train around the whole exhibit. And you walk through and see the old logos, and you walk through and see different things. And they had a shed that they were working, or a garage, a mechanic's garage, and they were tearing apart the old logos and fixing them, restoring them, stuff like that. And they had a whole bin of coal sitting outside, and whenever they wanted to fire one of them up, they'd go get the coal and fire it up.
Yep. Yeah, I guess the story was, and I looked into this later, at a certain point in California, they didn't allow coal burning locomotives to come into the state, or at least into LA, because of all the extra coal dust and stuff they put it in the air. So UP, among others, converted all their steam engines to oil, so they burned oil. There's plenty of oil in California. Of course, UP had some really big coal mines, but I think they were mostly soft coal, but the coal she gave me was hard coal. So they must have had some that burned hard coal or anthracite. Anyway, it's pretty neat.
Hey, good morning, Bill. W7JBM.
There he is. You're back.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was chatting with my wife about a few things, and I never did get my coffee, so I got to go do that. Hey, Andy, did you ever know this guy Don Wallace, W6AM?
Nope, I never knew Don personally. He was kind of before my time. He was around, but he was a DXer, and by the time I got into DXing, he was long gone. He was a big AM guy and had a huge station up on Pacific Palisades, a bunch of aerobics.
Good morning, Joe. Go get your coffee.
Yeah, I'll go do that. All right, guys.
Oh, 17 meters is open.
From where to where?
I don't know. I think it's about south down Florida way down there.
California stations working them or somebody else?
There was a couple other people working all over.
No, yeah, because I always ask about California because it'll be open for other guys, not open for us yet.
It's possible. Gotta go over and see. It's open for me.
Oh, then it's open for everybody, or at least this area. No, I don't care about work in Florida.
Well, I'm just saying, it's probably South America and all that. Southeast, all that.
Okay, good. Good information, Max. Actually, I don't have anything up for 17 now anyway, unless I fix my R7.
Oh, get it up there, man.
Oh, it's up. It just doesn't work.
Oh, you got to come bad or coil or something.
Maybe just the coax connection could be bad.
Tim, I thought you worked on it a couple weeks ago.
Come on, Bill. You got to know me. Best laid plans.
Yeah, you're like Hank in the park or the desert, huh?
Oh, I'm worse than that. I need to get my ladder out maybe today when Jonathan gets home in case I fall off and he can save me or at least call 911.
I've got a motto for us or a creed or whatever you want to put it. It says, sorry, I can't go to work tomorrow. I fractured my motivation.
I like that.
It's kind of like us, isn't it?
At the least I'll bring my pair of pliers and climb up the ladder. I can reach the bottom of the antenna and unscrew the coax and brush it up, make sure it's making good contact, and put it back on again and see if that doesn't fix it. I got a feeling that may be what it is.
Why don't you just wait till he gets home and send him up the ladder? Tell him what to do.
Oh, I got to be able to do some things.
I know, but, we're getting of age where, we don't need to be daredevils. Hi.
Yeah, I know that.
That's like I have the motivation to climb my tower at some point, but it's like, you know what? I think I know better.
Well, no, tower climbing's out. In fact, soon maybe getting up on the roof is out. Somehow, I got old, and I don't remember it ever happening before. Used to be, like yesterday, I was still pretty young and do all kinds of stuff. Now I'm kind of old and stuff I can't do anymore. It's just very, very disconcerting.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I've got a little bit of argument going on with my doctor about taking a cholesterol pill. My cholesterol is a little high, but it's not outrageous. So she wants me to take this pill. And so she started out with 20 milligrams. 40 milligrams. I think that's the highest dose. And I told her, I said, my muscles ache in the morning when I get up. And, I said, that's one of the side effects. And she goes, let's lower the dose. Or, then she dropped it to 20 milligrams. And I still ache in the mornings. And she goes, try this Q10 or whatever it is, vitamin. That should help, right? But I try to explain to her, you don't get it. I'm getting old. I know I get old from all the arthritis and aches and pains I got, but I don't need to add to it to make me feel even older, And she just doesn't get that.
Well, she will when she gets old. Yeah, my doc's got me on a cholesterol pill too. Not for my cholesterol, it's really good. He says it's good for my kidneys, but they're good too. So I take it anyway. It's a really low dose of whichever one it is, and so I don't worry about it. I just do it. He's not one for overprescribing meds for sure.
Well, anyway, she goes, well, it's more of a maintenance thing. It's maintenance, I take it too. I have cholesterol issues and I take it. I don't have any problems. And I told her, well, there's got to be something else out there that's got a lower dose or, does the same thing with a lower dosage. And I know there is because my brother-in-law went through it and he went through 3 different ones before he found out, the one that worked for him. And she goes, oh, no, they're all the same. There's nothing else other than this.
Oh, good grief. I was trying to remember which one I take. I take lovastatin. So the statin family.
Yeah, mine's a statin too. It's a revostatin or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. All I know is the one I take. Just checking to see what the dog was doing. He's laying right in the kitchen doorway waiting for my grandson to come home. Yeah, anyway, that's one of the couple of things my doc's got me taking. The same reason. It's for maintenance, and it's good for this, and it's good for that. But luckily, they're all minimum doses.
Yeah, I just, I don't know, take issue with somebody starting out with the highest dose and then, why don't you give me the lowest dose possible and see how it does, check my blood in 3 months and see if it's helped. If it doesn't, then okay, bump it up. But don't start at the top and then have to work down. That just doesn't set well with me. I don't know. Anyway, enough of my ranting. I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, that's the way my doc works, is the way you would want it. Starts with a low dose and sees how well I tolerate it, or my wife, when she was around, how she tolerated it. Then if he thought she needed or I needed more, he'd up it up. But yeah, I'm getting old, so I take some pills. I take one for my heart. I've had rapid heartbeat almost my entire life, and he says you really need to slow that down, so I take some stuff for that. That's about it. That and my maintenance meds. W680.
Yeah, K6SNB. Yeah, I only take that statin, and then I've started on something for my prostate swollen. So yeah, that's about all I take now. I did a couple of years ago have to have because I had what they call atrial flutter, and had to take a heart medication and blood thinner, but I had the ablation procedure, and my heart's been in sinus rhythm ever since. So, and that was let's see, almost 2 years ago this September. So anyway, I'm feeling pretty good.
Well, that's good. I'm glad it worked for you. My granddaughter, who's a nurse, has that issue, and she had that same operation where they get in there with the laser and cut patterns in your heart muscle, I guess, to slow it down. And her damn heart, I guess it's because she's so young, it healed itself, and now they're trying to figure out if they want to do it again or try something else. So I haven't talked to her recently. I'll have to ask what the prognosis is, because she has that same issue, ablation or whatever you call it. That's the name of the operation, filibration or whatever. Anyway, she has the same thing.
Yeah, it's ablation where they actually go in with electrical, and they scar the heart muscle in certain areas, and they map the area, they map the heart, and they find out where the short circuit is, basically, and they create scar tissue to block that signal. So, but it's a little different than AFib, and AFib, I guess now, from what I read, they can do the ablation procedure on that also, but I haven't really heard it from my doctor.
Yeah, hers is like yours. That's why they did the operation. She has rapid heartbeat, very rapid, and sometimes it gets so rapid it'd knock her out. Anyway, let's see, where were we? W680, up to more mundane matters.
TA6SNB. Yeah, mine was up to 145 for over 36 hours. Anyway, so what else you got planned today? Anything?
Well, no, that's all I've got planned. Let's get up on the ladder now and take that coax off and see if I can't fiddle with that antenna. If not, maybe I'll just take the whole antenna down and take the box apart where the matching network is and see if anything's fried in there. I don't know. If I do that and I fix it, then I'll want to retune it. Seems like the tuning was off, but I've got an indoor plant. I've got a fern that I need to water today because it's going to be hot this rest of this week, and I ran out of distilled water. I feed it distilled water so the salt doesn't build up and kill the fern. Then what else? I don't know. Maybe I should vacuum the living room rug. It's all covered with dog fur. Maybe I'll do that. Who knows? Maybe I'll just sit around and talk on the radio and drink beer. I'm retired. W680.
Yeah, you got me tired already.
Yeah, well, you know, you could always declare it a beer day, I guess, and, you know, the heck with it, you know. There's nothing else to get done, but the heck with it.
Well, actually, I don't have to declare it, Bill. Tuesday is always a beer day here.
Oh, there you go. Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, we have beer days here. Worked this out with my wife years ago. And Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturday, and Sunday are all beer days. The rest are teetotaling days, unless it's a holiday. But then, of course, I have to give up one of my beer days.
All right, well, nature calls. I'll be right back. K6SNB.
Well, thank you for sharing. W680.
Hey, I said nature calls.
Yeah. Hey, Jim. Good morning.
Morning. Mobile this morning. Out. The world morning.
Picture Rocks, Arizona.
Picture Rocks, Arizona. Very good morning to you, Andy.
Yeah, you too, Jim. You're 5 and 7. As usual, a beautiful Mobile signal.
Thank you. Yeah, that's about why I run 5 and 7 over there. Do my usual thing here, 100 watts in the IQ manually operated antenna.
It's doing its usual good job, sir.
That's about it.
Yeah, Jim's got one of the best Mobile signals on 40 meters. Jim Perry, when he's Mobile, our Jim here in Pine Valley. There's a couple others, but Jim's right up there with the best.
Thanks, Andy. Okay. Bill runs 500 watts.
Who does?
One of the other mobiles runs 500 watts.
Yeah, Perry does. Perry, I think, runs a high Q. At least he used to. Maybe it broke, but I think he runs 500 watts.
Okay, that's a beautiful signal.
Oh, yeah. Somebody else, too, I'm forgetting. Oh, Dennis, ATI, he always has a decent Mobile signal. I don't think he runs 500 watts. Maybe he does.
Oh, Dennis? No, he doesn't run 500, I don't think.
Okay, well, there's another one then, WA6ATI. There's a...
And your WA6ATI used to come by my shop, and I'd make things for his antenna.
Yep, there you go. Well, he knows what he's doing, too. You know, you old Mobile guys, you guys know what you're doing, and that's why your signals are so good.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Dennis knows what he's doing. I don't know what he did, but anyway, it was always fun. I remember him holding his little boy when his little boy was like 10-month-old.
Yep, there you go. Yeah.
I know Dennis personally. I've met him a couple of times.
Oh, yeah. It's nice to have him on here.
Is Jim around today?
He was on a few minutes ago. Jim, are you back?
I'll get him when he comes out here.
Okay. I'm gonna get some more coffee. I'll be back. W680.
I'm back. K6SNB.
AA6DQ.
Hello, Jim.
Hello, Jim. You're 5'9" in Southern California, Mobile. That's a great signal.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And you were calling Mobile this morning. Very nice. But how are you be?
I'm doing fine. Everything's fine. Weather's good. Going to be nice and warm today. Nice to see the summer here. Over.
Oh, you bet. Yeah, we're supposed to be mid-80s, something like that today.
Yeah, you guys are a little cooler than I would have expected. I saw Phoenix is supposed to be 93 today, so anyway, I hope you're feeling well. Over.
Do it again? Yeah, Phoenix, it's always about 10 degrees warmer than us. Now, what was the last part again? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just said I hope you're feeling okay. Over.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, doing better. Some days there. So I'm having a few good ones, Tim. Thanks.
You know, Jim, I used to listen to people say, old guys say, it was good days and bad days, and I didn't understand what it was. Well, now that I'm an old guy, I really do understand what that means. Over.
Yeah, I don't have many. I had a period of about 5 to 7 years of just not really thought what I should be up to speed. And then the good Lord blessed me and brought me up to speed, and here I am.
Well, that's great. Hey, by the way, what AM rig were you running the other day when we talked? Over.
Which rig? Refresh my memory a little bit for me, Tim.
Yeah, we talked on 7293 about a week ago, and you said something about a Johnson something or other, Challenger or whatever?
Oh, yeah, a Johnson Challenger. Frank and I have been working with a Johnson Challenger that we purchased from ECD. Frank's a magnetic expert, and he went in the Chinese rig, and he had to touch it up for me. He put it on running, and that's what I was on with the RE27 microphone.
Alrighty, well, it sounded really good. I just wondered, I was curious there. Still working on Dave. He's been using excuse after excuse, and finally told me, he said, well, he had everything except we didn't have any mic connectors. And I said, fine, I got microphones and connectors for you, and I'll drop them off. He's out of town this week, but hopefully I'll get something to him next week, and we can get him on the air. Over.
Oh, that'd be great, yeah. But he'll have a lot of excuses. Dave, but